Okay, let's settle in. You can almost feel it, can't you? That real energy of June starting up across southeastern Indiana.
Oh, yeah. The days are getting longer. Everything's green. There's definitely a buzz.
It really feels like summer's kicking off properly around here.
It does. And, with that comes, well, a lot of things. Community stuff, traditions, and definitely more demand on our power grid as it heats up.
Which is why this deep dive feels perfectly timed. We've got this stack right here, the June Indiana Connection magazine from Southeastern Indiana, REMC, and a bill insert, too.
Yeah, and they're pretty packed. They give a really good snapshot of what's going on this month. Not just, electric stuff, but community things, too.
Exactly. So our mission today really is to unpack all this for you. Pull out the key nuggets, the important bits, make sure you know what's happening in June that matters to you as a member, as someone living here.
It's like getting the essential briefing, right?
Yeah.
Understanding the co-op that serves you and how you kind of fit in, especially now that summer's starting.
Couldn't have said it better. So, ready to dive in? Let's unpack this stack.
Let's do it. Maybe start with the basics. Like, what is Southeastern Indiana REMC? The sources are really clear. It's a cooperative.
Right. And that's the key, isn't it? Rural Electric Membership Cooperative. Membership. That means it's owned by the people it serves.
Yeah.
By you, essentially. Not some faceless company miles away.
Yeah, exactly. And that ownership, well, it shapes the mission of safely provide reliable electricity and diversified services. The focus is serving the members, the owners, not necessarily chasing profits for outside investors.
And it's a big operation. The numbers are pretty impressive over, 300 to 400 miles of electric line?
Yeah, serving more than 28,000 electric services. And then there's the fiber side, SEI Fiber, that's growing fast, too.
Sure.
About 2,200 miles of line already, serving nearly 800 customers.
Wow. It's a huge local infrastructure, just keeping things running.
Definitely dedicated to the region.
Okay, so moving into June itself, the magazine really leans into the community spirit. There's a nice piece about Father's Day.
Yeah, it's a nod to all the dads, but also like anyone in that father figure role across the area. Yeah. And it connects those values, service, hard work, looking out for others, connects them back to the cooperative spirit.
I like that connection. It highlights dads as, everyday heroes, fixing stuff, mentoring, maybe they're first responders, farmers, teachers.
Right. The idea being that those lessons they teach, like helping out your neighbor, that's kind of the core of the co-op idea, too.
It's a neat way to frame it. And speaking of values, they also give a shout out to Flag Day, June 14th.
Reminds us of the history. June 14th, 1777, the first flag design, 13 stars and stripes, became official much later, 1949.
And what it stands for,
Yeah.
Identity, freedom, unity.
Yeah.
All that. SEI REMC displays the flag, values those principles.
Makes sense.
And of course, June means local events.
Yeah.
Lots of chances to get out. The magazine lists a few.
For sure. Like the Rising Sun Summerfest, that's June 7th, 4 to 10 p.m. Live music, JambiX and Sierra Rocher playing.
Oh, yeah. Kids Zone, food trucks. Sounds like a good time.
Definitely. And then over in Metamora, they've got Strawberry Days, June 7th and 8th.
Strawberry shortcake. Can't beat that. Plus browsing the shops there.
A classic. And if you're into serious bargain hunting, the Friendship Flea Market is back. That's a long one, June 14th to the 22nd.
Almost 500 vendors, it says. Wow.
Yeah, huge. Free admission, just $3 parking.
You can get lost there. And then something different, a succulent make and take workshop.
Right. June 29th at Streamcliff Farm in Comiskey. Starts at 11 a.m. Presentation by a horticulturist, includes lunch. But they mention space is limited, so got to sign up for that one.
Good to know. These events really show that community vibe.
Yeah.
And the sources also spotlight some of the people in that community.
Yeah, there's a member spotlight on Terry and Kathy Baudendistel at Wolf Creek Habitat. It's a really fascinating story. They rescue wolves and wolf dogs.
And they're trying to change how people see wolves, right? Busting myths.
Exactly. They emphasize wolves aren't naturally aggressive to people, and they encourage, respectful interaction, trying to replace fear with understanding.
The stories are something else. Like the woman who got over a childhood fear there. Or the wolves sensing a volunteer's pregnancy.
It sounds like a really special place. They're open weekends, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Cool. And then there's an employee spotlight, too. George Boltman, 35 years with SEI REMC.
35 years. That's real dedication. He's done a bit of everything, outage response, warehouse. Now he's the tree trimmer foreman, making sure they can manage vegetation near the lines.
He mentions his pride is just helping members, making sure crews can get where they need to go for restoration.
And he sounds like an interesting guy. Outside of work, too. Traveled all 50 states, rides motorcycles, plays music. But his biggest joy, his little granddaughter, Emma Beatrice.
Oh, that's nice. It puts a human face on the co-op,
Definitely. And they also highlight the co-op's charitable side.
Right. The team participating in the Margaret Mary Health Foundation cycle to celebrate and remember. That's June 3rd in Batesville.
It's their second year doing it. It's a stationary bike challenge, raising money for the Cancer Care Fund, which helps local patients right here in Southeastern Indiana.
Riding for a reason, honoring survivors, remembering those lost. Sounds intense, but really meaningful.
It shows that community commitment again. And speaking of commitment, especially to the future, they talk about youth programs.
Like Camp Kilowatt. That sounds fun. It's for 7th graders, sponsored by the Electric Co-ops.
Yeah, 3 days in June. Mixes fun stuff like zip lines and archery with, learning about energy and safety, builds confidence, shows them STEM careers maybe.
And they named the SEI REMC kids going. Chloe Miller, Allie Swinney, and Esther Taylor. Great opportunity for them.
Absolutely. And they're also continuing their big support for 4-H.
Oh, yeah? How so?
They're reimbursing enrollment fees up to $20 per kid for eligible families in their service area.
That's fantastic. 4-H does so much good work, teaches responsibility, leadership.
Exactly. All sorts of interests, from animals to robotics. The reimbursement period is for the upcoming program year, October 1st, 2024 to July 31st, 2025. It's a solid investment in the kids around here.
Okay, so community, youth. Let's shift gears a bit to something maybe less fun but really important. Summer peak season.
Yeah, this is crucial. Everyone needs to kind of get this because it hits the wallet and reliability. Peak season is basically June through August.
And it's worst when?
Usually weekday afternoons, evenings, think like 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. That's when energy use just skyrockets.
Why then, specifically?
Well, think about it. It's hot, ACs are blasting, people get home from work, school, they start cooking, laundry, TVs go on, demand just spikes all at once.
And meeting that spike, that's expensive.
Very. SEI REMC buys power from Hoosier Energy, right? And Hoosier Energy is part of this bigger grid managed by MISO. When demand jumps like that, MISO often has to fire up older, less efficient, more expensive power plants or buy power from elsewhere at premium rates.
Oh, okay. So that higher cost eventually gets passed down.
Potentially, yes. While your individual rate doesn't change daily, if the co-op consistently has to pay those high peak prices, it puts pressure on everyone's rates over time. It's a shared cost issue.
And it's not just cost. You mentioned reliability, too.
That's the other side. Pushing the grid that hard increases the risk of things breaking down. Equipment failures, which could mean brownouts or even blackouts. So managing that peak isn't about, punishing people. The co-op says it's for members, to keep the lights on reliably and try to hold off on rate increases.
Okay, so this is where the load management programs fit in, ways members can help out and get something back for it.
Right. The easiest one is probably Beat the Pick. It's totally voluntary. You just sign up for text alerts. Text #BeatThePeak to 22300.
When you get an alert, meaning they expect high usage, you just do simple things.
Yeah, small stuff. Maybe delay running the dishwasher or washer till after 8 p.m. Use cold water, nudge the thermostat up a couple of degrees, turn off lights you're not using. Seems small, but if thousands of people do it,
it adds up big time.
Huge collective impact. Then there's the generator program. This gives you backup power and helps the grid.
Okay, how's that work? They offer Generac standby generators, 22 kilowatt ones. You can buy it or lease to own.
And the incentive, you get a $50 monthly bill credit during times when the co-op signals your generator to kick on and power your house instead of pulling from the grid during those peak moments.
So backup power, plus you're helping manage the load and getting paid for it. Interesting.
It's a pretty neat setup. Then they have programs using Smart Thermostats.
Right. The Smart Thermostat program, they give you a free Ecobee 3 light thermostat. It's like a $150 value.
Yeah. And once it's installed, the program allows the co-op to make really tiny temperature adjustments like 3 or 4 degrees only a few times all season during those absolute peak demand times.
But you can always override it, right? You're still in control.
Absolutely. Always in control. And just for participating, you can earn up to $60 in bill credits each year. It's almost effortless savings and helps grid stability.
Okay. And what if you already have a smart thermostat?
Then you can enroll in the Connect to Save program if your thermostat is eligible. Similar idea, it allows those small automatic adjustments during peak times.
And the incentive for that one.
It's pretty good. A $75 sign-up credit for each thermostat you enroll, plus a $25 annual credit, again, per device, as long as you stay in the program.
Yeah, so if you had 2 thermostats, That's $150 up front and $50 a year just for connecting them.
Exactly. So all these programs together, they're really about members actively participating, helping manage demand, keeping things reliable, delaying rate hikes. It's that cooperative idea in action, working together. And you can find all the details and sign up on crmc.com.
Good to know. Okay, let's talk about the other big network they run, SEI Fiber, connecting people at the speed of light.
Yeah, and the main goal there is pretty clear. Bring fast, reliable, affordable internet, especially to the rural spots that maybe didn't have great options or any options before.
Now, the CEO tackled a question I bet a lot of folks have. Why no email or TV bundles with SEI Fiber?
Right. He laid out the reasoning in the magazine, basically 3 points. First, he said, flexibility for you, the member. Most people have email they like already, right? Gmail, whatever. And TV is all about streaming now. They want you to pick your services. They even mention a tool, mybundle.tv, to help figure out streaming options.
Makes sense. What's the second point?
Technology changes fast, especially TV. Bundles often mean specific equipment, maybe extra fees down the road. By just providing the fast internet pipe, they avoid locking you into something that might be outdated or get more expensive quickly.
Okay, and the third?
Keeping costs down. This is key for a co-op. Building out email servers, dealing with TV contracts and equipment that's really expensive. By skipping that, they can focus investment on the core internet service, expanding the network, boosting speeds, keeping plans simple and affordable, no hidden fees.
So the strategy is basically, we give you the super fast highway, you drive whatever car you want on it.
Pretty much. And for summer, they talk about extending that highway without walls, getting your Wi-Fi outside.
Yeah, because the signal always drops off when you go out back, doesn't it?
Totally. So they give tips. Think about where your router is placed inside. Maybe look into a mesh network for better coverage everywhere. Or use actual outdoor Wi-Fi extenders.
And that opens up possibilities for summer, right? Working on the patio, kids doing stuff in the garage, maybe an outdoor movie night.
Exactly. Or even just keeping your smart grill connected, outdoor speakers working, and they have a deal right now, too.
Oh, yeah?
Get a free Wi-Fi extender if you sign up for SEI Fiber, or upgrade your service before June 30th. Good timing for summer.
Nice perk. And it's not just about front-end work. Fiber helps with well-being, too.
For sure. Good internet means easier virtual doctor visits, telehealth, online fitness classes, connecting with family remotely. It helps you manage your health from home.
Okay, beyond the big energy and fiber stuff, the sources mentioned other ways to save or get value.
Yeah, like the electric outdoor equipment rebates. Good way to go greener and save a bit.
What are the rebates?
It's $50 back for qualifying handheld stuff. Trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, push mowers over 36 volts, tillers, snow blowers, pressure washers.
Okay, and bigger stuff.
$150 back for qualifying electric riding mowers or zero turns. And they point out the benefits, quieter, no fumes, less maintenance, better for you, better for the air.
So add these rebates to the potential savings from the load management credits.
Yeah.
There are definitely ways the co-op helps you manage costs.
Definitely. And speaking of managing things at home, safety is a huge theme, especially for summer.
Absolutely. General outdoor electrical safety. The big one is stay 10 feet away from power lines with ladders, tree trimmers, anything long.
And never fly kites or drones near lines. Seriously, if one gets stuck, don't try to get it. Call SEI REMC. Also, always check the cords on your electric tools before you plug them in outside. Look for damage.
Good reminders. They also talk about handling summer heat, which is a safety issue itself.
Yeah, first for their own crews. Line work is tough, especially in the heat with all that gear on. They make sure crews hydrate, have cooling stuff, monitor them, adjust schedules if needed. Safety first for them.
And for members, us.
Common sense stuff, mostly. Use AC or fans. Try not to run the oven or dryer during the hottest part of the day. Stay in the shade. Check your own electrical stuff cords. Outlets, make sure nothing's overheating. Keep your AC maintained. And, importantly, have a plan if the power does go out in extreme heat.
Summer storms, too. Another hazard.
Right. Crews work hard to restore power, but safety during and after is key for everyone. Rule number 1. Stay far away from down lines. Assume they're live. Report them immediately.
Don't walk or drive through flooded areas either, right? Could be hidden electrical dangers.
Exactly. And generators, use them safely. Outdoors only. Away from windows, use a proper transfer switch. Unplug sensitive electronics during the storm to protect from surges later. It's really a partnership in safety.
They even had tips for summer events, fairs, festivals, camps.
Yeah, check the weather, bring the right gear. If you hear thunder, find shelter. Be aware of temporary power setups at events. Stay hydrated. Watch for heat illness signs. For kids at camp, No contacts, pack essentials, hydrate, use the buddy system. Basic awareness helps a lot.
Good points. And wrapping up, the magazine had some general wellness tips for the season too.
Yeah, be on the tech side, just simple reminders. Drink water, keep that bottle handy, get move and walk, garden, whatever. Being outside is good for mood and energy.
Take digital downtime too. Unplug sometimes. Read a book. Hang out with family.
Yeah.
Better sleep, less stress.
Right. And enjoy fresh food. Hit the local markets. Just, savor the summer.
They tossed in some fun extras too. The co-op kitchen recipe.
An easy frozen strawberry dessert. Perfect timing for National Dairy Month in June. Sounds cool and creamy.
Definitely. And they started a new photo feature. Picture this.
Yeah, inviting members to send in photos based on a theme each month.
July's theme is Star Stripes and Summertime. You email your photos to communications@seiremc.com by the 15th. Could be fun to see your picture in the magazine.
Nice way to get members involved, show off the community.
So, wow. We covered a lot of ground here, didn't we? From the co-op basics and community stuff, heroes, events, Father's Day, Flag Day, youth programs.
Right, then tackled that big one, summer peak season, why it matters, and all those load management programs that actually let you save money while helping out.
We got into SEI Fiber, the why behind their internet focus, extending Wi-Fi outside, how it helps well-being.
Plus those rebates for electric gear, and crucially, all the safety reminders for heat, storms, events. Safety is a team effort.
And finished with wellness tips, the recipe, the photo contest. It really paints a picture of SEI REMC being, well, more than just the power company.
It really highlights that cooperative difference, It's built on members working together, whether you adjust your thermostat a tiny bit or switch to an electric mower or even just send in a photo. Your actions contribute. They strengthen the co-op, strengthen the community. It shows how individual participation really does power the whole thing.
It really does. Which kind of leaves us with a final thought, doesn't it? As you head into June, enjoy the summer. Think about this. In this world that's buzzing with tech and info overload, how do these local collective things like managing energy together or building fiber to connect neighbors, how do they tap into those fundamental human needs, for connection, safety, supporting each other right here where we live?
It's a good question. A reminder, maybe, that even with all the complexity, sometimes the most meaningful stuff happens locally when people focus on working together for everyone's benefit.
Definitely something to chew on as you enjoy these long summer days.